So I woke up this morning thinking about Ian Curtis, the former lead singer of the former band Joy Division, which was a goth punk British band in the late 70s, early 80s. Ian Curtis died very young, so the band broke up and became another band called New Order, which is equally good but for totally different reasons. In any case, I woke up thinking about Ian Curtis. Kid, I like Joy Division, but I couldn't be like, what does Ian Curtis look like? I never saw a picture of Ian Curtis. So when I did, I was in college, I was an undergrad, and somehow I saw a picture of Ian Curtis. Somebody had an old magazine or something, or a new magazine, a Rolling Stone. I don't know. I was stunned. Because if you hear the music of Joy Division, you know that his voice is really low. It's like terrifyingly beautiful. I mean, many of my generation enjoy it, but you wouldn't want. I don't think I'd want Ian Curtis to like sing me to sleep in that voice. Kind of too dark. I enjoy the music of Joy Division. I still think it holds up. But in any case, I was thinking of Ian Curtis, and how shocked I was that he was just this kind of dopey looking kid in a polo shirt with a normal haircut, and there was nothing all that unusual about his outward expression. But he was definitely a poet, and he was quite the performer on stage, in that he danced really weird. You go to my blog, my website, gruberin.america.com, you can see a clip that I posted of him dancing this morning, and that he danced so weird, and he made the weird dancing cool because the music was cool, the lyrics were cool, and also he just owned his weirdness, right? He just owned his weirdness. So if you're feeling low today, 4th of July, there's not a lot to fucking celebrate. Think about ways you can own your weirdness. He was just, being Ian, dancing like a nut. And I might, at the end of this video, try dancing my best Ian Curtis. I might. Start of the 2020-21 school year, I was still teaching on the mountain, at the school on the mountain, and we were online for virtually the entire year. We started the year online, and I think we came back for a few weeks toward the very end of the year. So we teachers had a lot of trepidation because we're suddenly launching this school year from the classroom, from brick and mortar, to Zoom and electronics and digital. I remember the first class I had that year was an AP Lit class, and I tried to get the students excited about classes that year, even though the whole situation was pretty dreadful. And one of the ways I tried was that I kind of harnessed my inner radio DJ, and I would spin some tunes as they were coming in, and I was taking attendance, and they were, in the chat asking questions or talking to each other, and I would spin some tunes. And the first tune I played for my first group of students in the 2021 school year was Joy Division's Digital. And the refrain of that song, and most of the lyrics in that song are just, I can feel it closing in, day out. I feel it closing in, day out. And wasn't that how my students and I felt that day in America when we started school on Zoom? You along while I make a smoothie to talk about the second thing I was thinking about this morning. And that was the fact that tomorrow is the 4th of July. And as a woman, as a queer, as a poor person, as a retired public school teacher, as a human being, as an American, I don't see a lot to celebrate this 4th of July. I don't know what to tell you, man. I wish I could be more optimistic. So I don't see a lot to celebrate, and I'm not trying to be like all negative Nancy, but America. And it's hard because, like, I'm on the American dole now, yo. I mean, I can't just be. It's a free country, right? I can say what I want about America, even if I'm accepting payments from a system I paid into my whole life. And prior to that, this smoothie is very complex. We'll be vegan on the 4th of July. Vegan ain't American. I preserved in the divorce. I had the wherewithal. I left like virtually everything else, like family heirlooms, pieces of furniture and technology. I left it all behind when my ex left me, and I was like freaking out. I did manage to remember to bring my chef's knife. This might come in handy in different ways as America turns, as the worm turns. It's not a gun. I'm not shooting my avocado open. So it just doesn't feel like there's a lot to celebrate. I've never really been into like propaganda, jingoistic, nationalist celebrations anyway. I do like fireworks and I do like the food. The salads that are not salads here in the Midwest. Here in the Midwest, I think we must use the word salad in the more Greco-Roman, Latin salad, like as in to combine, as in America is a salad. A soggy, rotten salad that you paid too much for at Whole Foods, and then you got it home and you opened the box and you realized it stunk to high heaven because it was all rotten. America's that kind of... So I don't know, I guess I'm just kind of like a bad person to come to if you're looking for wild optimism. I've never been good at the optimism thing. I remember students over the years calling me out on being depressive. Certainly I was that at times, but no, being more like we're doomed. Because I knew on a gut level when Donald Trump won that election, we were doomed. American democracy as we have known it was doomed. And I think best case scenario, there will be good and progressive outcomes of the American apocalypse, whatever that looks like. We're in it now. So, like, as it unfolds, we'll have to see what that really looks like. But, you know, maybe there'll be good byproducts. Maybe, you know, some playing fields will get leveled. Maybe. I don't know. What the fuck do I know? I'm not, like, fucking Grubbs-Adamus. Know if after Donald Trump was elected, if I was ever optimistic from an American point of view ever again. I'm scared of my country, like in this way that I definitely wasn't when I was growing up in the 80s and 90s. I'm scared now. I have virtually no trust in any politician that is working out of Washington. More conservative view that they're all fucked in the head. But now the conservative view, see, this is the thing, I don't even have a grasp on what the conservative view is because I grew up surrounded by a lot of white, upper middle class Reagan Republicans, Catholics, you know, and they were a type, but it almost felt like sometimes I could grasp what they were talking about, even if I wildly disagreed. The Republican Party is not that way. I cannot keep up with their crazy because I'm reasonably intelligent and I've done my fair share of studying subjects that I find interesting and important. I know history, and if you're a student of history, you know how this ends. You know that we're in the beginning of the end. So my advice to you on this holiday weekend, if you, like me, are having a terrible time feeling like, yay, America. I never felt like yay, America, though, to be honest. I don't know if anyone of my generation, so Gen X, like 65 to 1980 births, we as a people, as an American group, the Gen Xers, we didn't, I don't think we ever had that like great sense of national pride on the whole. I know there's some of us who have great, tremendous national pride. Good on ya. My expectations for America were always quite low, owing to my cynicism. And so, like, they just dropped a little lower than the already low bar that I had already set for America. Well, let's be honest. I expected, like, this out of my American life because I did the right things. I went to college and I got a master's and I got really good at my craft and I got really good at my profession. So I expected, like, middle. So let's say, you know, Jim Morrison up there. Jim Morrison over there is like the high ground. So I expected of my American life somewhere right here because I'd taken certain steps to ensure that was going to happen. So I expected this. And then we got like this, I was like, oh shit. But I only had to go down like a little bit. Like some people who are like way up at Jim Morrison, I am never gonna way up here with our expectations. We had to do like a double drop, like bloop and then bloop, because like for a while we were here, right, and then we just went off the fucking deep. We're gone, not even detectable by radar, by sonar radar, sonar radar, sonar and radar, some combination of that. SONA. Wordle. My advice to you, fellow Americans who feel like I do, or a little like I do, which is a little blue. Of course, vote. I don't think we should stop voting, even though I feel sometimes in my heart like, fuck it, I don't want to vote. I don't want to vote. That way sometimes. But I don't think that's correct. I don't think that's the correct way forward. So vote. Try to do a little research on your candidates and Lori Lightfoot. Look at Lori Lightfoot. Look at her political career. What I'm going to try to do today, and what I have been doing today, and making these little video clips as I go, is treat myself, be nice to myself, enjoy time on the plant farm, to either play some birds or perhaps some Nintendo. I will sit in my rocking chair. I will meditate. Listen to lots of good tunes. Mist the lavender. I love misting the lavender. Oh my god. I might have shown you misting the lavender, but what I'm trying to say is, it's a holiday. If it means something to you, wonderful. If it doesn't, wonderful. Use it though to take some time for yourself and do little things that you enjoy, especially if you're a woman. Especially if you're gay, queer, or whatever you're calling yourself today. I'm sorry, I'm old, I can't keep up. Lesbian, gay, queer. I'm not as interested in that subject matter as I used to be. It's weird, because frontally, the bigger problems in America are not actually that, even though that's a distraction that the right wing uses to deflect and to make sure you don't really look at. It's like the whole thing about the right wing and their obsession with transgender people and gay people and calling teachers groomers. It's all about deflecting from their own monstrosity. It's satanic panic. If you remember the 1980s and the satanic panic outbreak, Google it if you don't remember. I remember that. Then before that, everybody thought everybody's communists, so the conservative right in this country has always had some sort of, the white supremacists, because has been white supremacist, both sides really, but let's be honest, the GOP, once the 1960s hit in this country, the GOP went full-on Klansmen. They're doing all this evil, wicked shit, and then they're deflecting, they're distracting us. They're saying, oh no, pay attention to this thing that doesn't even really matter in the grand scheme of anything. It pertains to you specifically. It's personal shit, like abortion, personal shit, like reproductive rights, personal shit. Matters on which the government should never be legislating. Do some nice stuff for yourself, spritz some plants, smoke a joint. I might. My allergies are off the hook today, though, so I might not. But I might also. Even though I'm a cancer patient, I do let myself have fun sometimes. And I eat cheese sometimes, too. And I drink a Diet Coke once in a while, too. I don't drink livers. Clean living. Woo! Woo. Woo to you, reader, viewer. Woo to you. Be good hooligans, be nice to yourselves, be nice to one another. Be good.